walking on the treadmill right now, so Peter will cover this whole thing up because we don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. But here's the thing, I want to tell you something. What's old is new again. What's old is new again. I will say that over and over again. I feel like J. Cole. I'm in between two generations. We got Gen Xers blowing up on YouTube, which is 40 to 55, and there's a place for them. I respect it. I'm a millennial, right? Millennials are 26 to 40, right? 26 to 39, but really 40. And the biggest part I want to take away from this is we got a lot of Gen X coming up, that 18 to 25-year-old group, which they're more ages than that, but they're going to do some different stuff. But what they're going to learn is what's old is new again. I just watched an interview from somebody the other day, and guess what he drew? He grew a blog. I've been telling y'all about blogging for years. The same thing that worked then works now. Get you a blog, drive traffic to it every single day. That's it, right? And he was even talking in an interview about how he, sometimes he give them a little bit of what they want, right? And if you understand what that means is, you give them the silly stuff in the Instagram and in the blog, and then give them back to the red meat. That's something we've taught for years. And so what I want to say to you guys, if you're in your millennial phase, you're in between, you're J. Cole, you're young, you're little bro and big bro all at the same time, what you have to understand is get in where you fit in. Not only get in where you fit in, put that damn thing out. If you wanted to do coaching, do it. If you wanted to put a blog out, if you want to put a podcast out, put it out. And be consistent and drive traffic to it. And that's going to mean for some of y'all paid traffic. I have a client already taking on. First thing he said was like, look, I ain't got time for all this organic shit. Where the paid traffic at? And how much I got to pay for it, And so that's what we did. We out the gate started with the paid traffic, because what you realize is one video with 100,000 views or 500,000 views, even if it's paid traffic and some Google display ads, is going to, kind of light zip you ahead of what somebody did organically for 3 to 5 years. I've learned that the hard way, not necessarily the hard way, because I still think the information is important and useful, but ultimately, paid traffic is consistent income, right? There's a lot of people who kicked off their career, first 3 years paid traffic, then they made 7 mil. It just is what it is. Now, the conundrum is so many people say, hey, I really want to do this blog, I really want to do this coaching, I really want to do this thing, but I really don't want to commit $50 a day in advertising. They just don't, and that's okay, because $50 a day times 30 days is $1,500, right? I want you to exhaust every organic method possible. I want you to go interview on other people's platforms. I want you to go answer reporters' hero questions, because that's a great way to get it done. But ultimately, it's the paid traffic that changes the projection of those blogs, of those podcasts. A lot of that stuff you see people pushing, that's how they push it, paid traffic. It's not a secret, it's not a big different thing, but you have a lot of people who sit here and look you in the face and try to tell you how they discovered this new thing, and you almost want to laugh in their face, because I've been on Instagram, I've been on YouTube for 7 years now, and I really want to be like, baby, everything you're doing, people have already done. You're just doing it a little bit faster, or you're doing it in a unique genre. And what a lot of y'all are going to figure out is, a lot of people come on, the way we joke about rappers, the way we joke about a lot of stuff, these influencer women and girls and bloggers, more guys, as you see coming up, they'll do this for a year or two, pay traffic, heavily influenced, get the liquid cash, go invest in real estate. Go really listen to some of these interviews. These people all do the same thing. They get the cash so they can go do what they really want to do, which is invest in real estate and drive Porsches around Dallas and Houston and Miami and Florida. That just is what it is. So that's why I always talk about the real estate component. That's why I always talk about all roads lead to real estate, because I think you're heavily in denial about why do people want to start a business. They want to start it so they can get to their real end goal, which was investing, whether it was housing, or investing whether it was crypto, investing whether it's stock market, investing whether it's just collecting cars. That's why they do it. That's why they do the social media. That's why they do these things that people say, oh, what's the latest thing? Should everybody start a podcast? No, everybody shouldn't. Some of y'all voices should never be on a podcast. They sound horrible. But some of y'all should be writing a blog. The other day, a guy wrote a whole story on Twitter. It was amazing. I mean, it was like 15 slides. He had to screenshot all these slides and line it together. I was like, sir, you could have wrote that in a blog or a book or a mini story somewhere. Somebody would have loved it. So just realize there's different types of drowners out here, and you don't have to be stuck trying to do the new hot thing, the new trendy thing, because that dopamine kick is hard. I get it. A lot of people are on Instagram when they should be doing long form content on YouTube. A lot of folks are trying to do a podcast when they're not going to run around and promote it. So what's the point? Right? I teach the techniques in the classes on how to interview a ton of people, how to reach out to people every single day. But I can't force anybody to be consistent, right? I can't force anybody to actually do the work. Even with the tax liens, we have some students who bought 12, 13, 14, 15 tax liens, buying houses from the land bank, doing all kind of stuff. And then we have people like, well, I have to read it again. I have to think about it. I'm not certain. And it's like that right there, you're gonna have to really, truly be convinced. Sell or be sold to yourself, because we just don't have all this time people think we have. And I watched Wallow, I think that's his name. I don't want to be disrespectful because I just don't want to say the man's name wrong. But he literally spent, I don't know how many years in jail, maybe 10 or 12. And he was like, life is like, in 20, 30 years, all of us gonna be gone. He was at the Breakfast Club. He was like, in 20, 30 years, all of us gonna be dead in this room. Now, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to hear that, but that's the truth. If you are 45, 55, 65, you might not be here another 20 years. You might not be here another 10 years, to be truthful. And it should dictate and change some of the ways you do things. A lot of people all of a sudden are like, oh, I need to worry about my retirement. You ask them how old they 52. Talking about they're gonna retire in 5 years. Baby, that ain't, you're gonna have to do a lot of heavy work to get there. So same thing with the beginning of this video. Nothing new. It's nothing new what people are doing. None of that is new business. It's the same business people told you about in 2000, 2005, 2010. It's just new faces doing the same old tactics. Same thing when it comes to retirement. It'll be the same old information, just new faces. And I know people think, well, what about crypto and stocks? It's the same information, just new faces. So figure out which way you want to go on it and just dig in. That's the truth of it. Whether you start a business or whether you're just focusing on retirement, I just want you to really kind of count those years. Because when Wallow said that, you can see so many people in the comments were like, yeah, I get that. That's why you see so many people on YouTube telling the story that they're 45 having a kid. You know, because all of a sudden it made sense. They only got so much time left on this earth, and not that they wasted, I never want to use that word, they used their younger years just in a way they realized that doesn't make sense now. So Peter put all the lovely slides up here, but I hope you guys have a good day. This is your girl Ericka. Classy Climb. I'm gonna finish this walk on the treadmill.